Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Raxdcast. Hopefully, this will be a series in the future. I'm not really sure. I'm brand new to the whole podcasting thing, so hopefully, this will be a educational, learning type thing for me on the way, and I'll get better as we go. But I'm sitting here with dom64.
Hi. I created Have a Moment Mr. Squidward, the best YouTube video.
I've been friends with him for, I don't know, since 2014 at some point. We met on Skype or something.
Before Discord was invented.
I can't believe, how long, I'm sure between 2014 and 2015, I don't think I really talked to you much, but it's crazy to think it's been, more than 5 years since I've at least seen your name on my Skype's friend list.
No, I remembered, you didn't really want to go to Discord.
Yeah.
Because, I remembered, I tried to make a Discord server, and, it was just for my school friends, and it kind of sucked. And what happened was I got famous in a server, and I got I made a server, then I got banned, and it just started there. It just made a snowball effect.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's so weird because you ended up having 500 members, and it was not even, you weren't really trying to advertise it or anything. It just kind of happened.
no, I tried to advertise.
Oh, you
I
did?
went on a lot of servers to advertise it.
Well, it sure worked. It worked
Yeah.
really, really well.
Okay, so what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. See, look, guys, I understand that this is gonna have a slow start to it. My plan is to basically have this is the first episode. I'm gonna have probably 4 episodes before the end of the year, and just wait and see, if there's good feedback. I don't really care if a bunch of people are watching it right now. Just if people like it, I'll probably continue it. My only problem is finding guests and being new to the whole just constantly talking about stuff. I don't know how people do that, because I mean I'm in Discord chats, but even then it's you talk a lot for a few minutes and then that's it. I don't think I'm as good of a well-spoken person as I should be. I don't know, when I'm talking to people, I feel like I could phrase things more intelligently, or just not pause as much, or
Do you
little
just,
little
think
things that make you seem like a lot better of a person. Like when you meet somebody and they're really well-spoken, they, broad vocabulary, all that kind of
Don't
stuff.
you
I feel
think
like it,
better more than talking? Your brain
yeah.
thinks something good.
No,
and
I'm
then
the
it's
kind of person that if somebody says something mean to me or something, I can't say something back, but in 5 or 10 minutes I'll think of all the stuff I could have said. Like that kind. I'm sure
I
people can
know what
relate
you
to
mean.
that. Yeah. I was originally gonna wait till if my channel got a whole lot of traction, I'd just try to force some popularity on the podcast, and then people would start watching it because I was already a little popular, but I don't know. I've seen people come up from nothing from starting podcasts, so I don't know. It seems like at some point last year a bunch of people just hopped onto it, you know what I mean? Everybody started making podcasts.
I'm gonna try new experiments. I'm experimenting with YouTube.
Yeah, no, I like what you're doing with that. If you want to explain, go right ahead.
So what? So some few things I want to do is a 24/7 insert show here live stream, because I keep on seeing that, and I want to see if I were to do it unofficially, would I get a lot of views? Another thing is I don't know. That's the only thing I could think
Right,
of right now.
so these experiments you're doing, it's the goal is to try to find the absolute absurd ways to get views. No matter the reason, it's just gonna get views.
I think what I could do is I don't know. This is the most insane thing I could think of. Grab every single video in my downloads folder, put it into Premiere, and just render it, and just upload it to YouTube. It's basically infinite content.
If long videos, I'm the kind of person I could compensate a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily do what you're trying to do, where it's just completely random test. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I probably would have made another channel. But if I have to compensate by making videos twice or even 3 times as long as I already make them, then I'd probably do it. If that's what it takes. I always get asked in comments or on Discord or stuff Aurora XD, why aren't you making sequels to X? Or like, I have the Mild West, that's a popular series, and like I could name some other ones, but people were always like, hey, you should make another one of that. And the thing is, I could easily, like, I have the brain power to come up with something for like a sequel. But the thing is, I feel like at a certain point, like if you just call something like cool video and then call it cool video 2 and then make it cool video 3 and there's always a trend where it's going to get less views than the last, like no matter what. You know what I mean? Like even when people make sequels to a movie, and I'll make an exception for stuff like the Avengers movies because Endgame was like one of the, like, it is the top grossing film ever right now, I believe. But like the general trend is that if you make a sequel to something, it like deteriorates in popularity because people don't really care. They care about the first one, and that's usually the iconic one. Like the first Friday the 13th movie. Nobody ever says, "Hey, yeah, I love the eighth Friday the 13th movie. That's my favorite one."
You should have kept Studio Mario Kart Wii.
I could have because it seems like a lot of those viewers still are watching. I guess. I don't know. I still get a lot of comments from people that I recognize with like a Mario Kart Wii related profile picture, so I assume they came from that. That's another thing, like what I was talking about earlier, like you don't really get a lot of views, and then when something does take off, you want to keep doing it like kind of naturally, because if your goal is popularity, then that's probably the way to go. But I don't know. It seems like unless the YouTube algorithm just randomly selects one of your videos to be mass promoted to people, you basically have to just keep going until like something does take off and then hope that the people will stay or whatever.
Here's the
I don't
cool
know.
thing about AI. The thing is like 90 like it's basically AI is just if statements, if you know what that means in coding.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a bunch of if statements. What it does, it just basically
In the simplest form, it's like
I
if
don't know how to
something's true,
explain it.
then do this. If it's false, then do something else.
I don't know how to explain this. So like how AI works is a machine gets a million tests and they just randomly choose, and if they guess wrong they get thrown away, and if they guess right they just go on the next generation, and it repeats until they could get it like very
Yeah, no,
accurately.
that makes sense. Like
That's how it works.
the
And
videos
here's
where
the
it's showing like the people walking and like they can't walk at first, then it's just like generation 1000 and they're like perfect pretty much.
Yeah, that's the problem with AI. But here's the thing. You can literally you can literally upload a random video, and like the algorithm will think that is the perfect video, that is the best video on YouTube ever. There's no way that could be a lie, and that's how it gets promoted. It's basically you can just put in a bunch of pixels like
Yeah, yeah.
randomly going, and it will probably detect it as one of the best videos ever.
Yeah. I'm glad that you bring up the topic of AI because wow, there's in 2019 there's a lot to talk about AI.
Yeah,
What I
yeah,
found pretty interesting was the Google quantum computing thing that's going on. That
yeah. But what about the deep
basically
fakes?
instead of having a bit choose between 1 or 0 or whatever, it can choose like both at once. And that opens up like a lot more options for like memory storage and making it way more efficient. I don't know. It kind of scares me because like I don't know. I'd like to hear your take on this too, but I kind of do see the possibility like that, and I think it's a very real possibility that self-aware AI is can like. I can't speak. This is why I
Like
need to
it could
do the
destroy
podcast. No,
the
okay, okay.
universe.
Let me start over here. I think that self-aware AI is a very possible outcome, and that it's pretty much inevitable if like eventually if people do not like have some kind of regulations or some kind of limit on exactly how fast AI can learn. And
I know
I
it's
don't think necessarily like, they're going to take over the world, but if we get to the point, and Elon Musk has talked about this before, if we get to the point where AI can literally like go through all human like knowledge ever in the history of the world in like a second, then that's scary. Like that's too much power.
yeah, but she could control AI. It's not really.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't
like,
know.
have you
See,
heard of?
that confuses me when people talk about AI taking over the world. Because could you technically write something like so complex, like it has certain directions, but it's so complex that it like breaks its own rules and like actually like does whatever it wants. Like, but you
Uh,
don't code it that way. Is it possible
hmm,
for it to just rewrite code and
hmm.
stuff at a certain
Uh,
level?
it's possible, but I don't think it could. I don't think so. So what you could do with AI is you could do something called sandbox. Just put it in a container, and if it does something bad, it won't really do anything bad.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think AI will kill us. I'm pretty sure something else will kill us. Maybe
Yeah.
uh
No, but you gotta consider the idea at least that like humans make errors, and as far as technology goes, I feel like eventually there's gonna be some big like oopsie moment that really like either loses a company like millions of dollars or
the world.
just something
Okay,
bad. Not maybe not like apocalypse level. That might be kind of absurd,
okay,
but
but here's the thing. Uh,
somebody's gonna mess up. Is all I'm saying.
throughout human lifespan, we have never dealt with an oopsie that has destroyed Earth. Maybe during the Cold War, there
Yeah,
could have been an
that
oopsie, but
was
it didn't
close. That was
happen.
like there was a chance at least, like way greater than normal.
Let's talk about Donald Trump. Come on,
Okay, look, we can we can talk about it, but in like a
a
a more
civilized
a
way.
civilized and sophisticated way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
sure.
right.
Okay, look, in the world of politics, I guess as a citizen, it's like my duty to stay up to date on all the current stuff that's going on in the world right now. But I'm just kind of out of it. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I have some loosely based opinions on stuff about the president and everything, but I just don't like. I don't know. It seems like, especially when you watch the news, like they talk about stuff that's not as important as like other stuff. They just talk about stuff that's like it's the most drama related stuff that'll give them like more. I don't know.
Okay, but
You
but
know what I'm
tell
talking
me,
about?
do you think Donald Trump is a good president?
I think he's probably not the worst. I
But
mean,
definitely not the best.
but definitely not the best. I don't know. Maybe we should make a president's tier list sometime and see what people think.
Yeah, yeah, Donald Trump, he is
I
not the worst, but definitely
I
not
don't
the
know.
best.
I,
I
I can't really
I
say anything, because
I think he's doing good things sometimes, but
yeah,
I feel like
he
sometimes he has
he
no
is
idea what
not
he's
he
doing.
is not completely screwed up, and I know that other presidents have done that before. You know?
Uh, like as a businessman, he understands economics
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dealing
No,
with deal
I can see
like
that.
just b- doing deals. Like he was the first president to ever actually talk to the North Korea guy,
Yeah,
whatever his
because
name
he's
is,
got like
Mr.
background knowledge pretty much all his life. He's had a lot of money and been pretty good at managing it, as far as I know. So I don't
Yes,
know.
but he was able to talk to Mr. Kimmy, as
Yeah,
I
he
like to call
was,
him.
and there. Not to mention all the memes. You gotta admit, there's been some good Donald Trump memes out there.
Yes.
It still baffles me that like, okay, basically to give you a background, Dom made like the reference to have a bowl, Mr. Squidward, was this channel called Fried Chili Cheese Dogs, and they used to make these SpongeBob videos. And like they're not up now because for some reason he had like some kind of religious breakthrough or something. He made some kind of video on it I saw,
He's
but
basically
basically,
Kanye.
yeah. He pulled a Kanye, which is fine and whatever. But there was some scene where there's like he had these little plush like SpongeBob things, and Mr. Krabs
Mr.
was like, "Have
Krabs.
a bowl, Mr. Squidward," and
Yeah.
then he just like kind of threw it off the counter, and the bowl broke. And it was pretty funny. And then Dom goes and he changes the end to be loud, and then a
Yeah,
funny
and
screaming voice with Mr.
this
Krabs
this
at
was
the end.
like a long time ago, and it's
Yeah,
still
this
getting
was.
views.
I don't understand. Like it got a
Th-
lot of views, right? It's like
This
almost a
was
million, pretty
this
much.
was at a time where I was actually making videos.
Yeah, yeah. Because Tom started out just making loud memes, pretty much, and in fact, one of his first videos was just me sneezing on Skype. Okay, okay. I'm really going out on a limb here. Controversial. Okay, might get the whole Raxdcast channel shut down. What is Your favorite type of pizza. I don't mean flavor, I mean style of pizza.
All meat pizza. Okay,
No, no,
wait.
no, no. Like New York style, Chicago deep dish style,
I
microwave
mean, I
pizzas.
mean, I was born in New York City, so New York.
Yeah, but that's just a bias, you know. You should try some
Yeah,
other
I was.
ones. Okay, yeah,
No,
I
because
I actually really do like I get the whole like thin crust New York style pizza. The fun part to me is like I do this thing where I just take the pizza slice and fold it in half and eat it because I know that's a thing in New York.
yeah, that is the thing. I only do it. I only do it if like it's soggy. Like if like you hold the pizza up
You shouldn't be
and
eating
like it
soggy
goes down.
pizza.
No, but it's like on.
No, I know
Well,
what
it
you
depends
mean.
what
Like
pizza. Like like
if
halfway.
sometimes it's not even like a soggy thing. It's like if it's really I don't know, like not crispy enough or it's really thin, it'll just burn like
I
that.
fold it. Okay, so basically when I fold it, there's like two times I fold it. It's either when the pizza's soggy or like it's in a certain way where I just eat it halfway, fold it, and then unfold it.
Yeah, yeah, until it gets to a point where I've actually done that before. I'll like unfold it once I can like eat it from the side, like just like the crust and a little bit of the
Sometimes it's
in part of the
better to eat
pizza.
it folded, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, it depends. I think I'll agree with you there. New York style probably is my favorite. I mean, I never really pay attention to what style of pizza is when I eat it, but thin crust in general is
Pizza is
like
pizza.
I like it. Talk about New York if you want. Like, how was your experience? Does it smell like garbage
Okay,
everywhere?
I'm now in New York, Long Island, not New
Yeah,
York City. New
yeah.
York City,
Yeah, how was New York City? What
New
do
York
you
City.
do you have any
Uh,
funny stories?
yeah, actually a lot. New York City is actually 100% more, 100 times more interesting than where I live. Uh,
Yeah, I bet.
parking is non-existent in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like the government was like, we can make money out of this, so they put uh like parking meters, and then they replace it with a new parking meter.
I bet they're really expensive though, aren't they? Because of New York City.
Parking is like 25 cents per 30 minutes,
Really?
and it adds up.
That's interesting. There's some parts where I live there is paid parking, but it's only for like a very dense. It's like there's a pretty popular part of town, but it's like it's dense. So there's like 2 or 3 blocks where it's like paid parking, and it's like it's probably more than that. It's like I don't know, like $1 or more per hour.
People in New York City, they don't call trains, they call them subways.
Subways, yeah.
If you never knew that. Uh, I don't know why, even though there's a restaurant called
But
Subway.
yeah, what if you want to go to a subway? It's like meet me at the
A
subway, and it's like
subway at the
hey,
subway.
hey yeah.
Depending on like what subs, if it's like a really popular one, if you go inside, there's like delis and like restaurants. If it's like a really populated stop,
I see.
it's weird.
Really? Like in like underground, like actually when
Like
you
think
get
of it
on
like an
like
airport. Like it's in like an airport where
yeah,
like
okay, that
if
makes
you get
sense.
in, yeah, that's basically what it is. Like the highly populated ones, like the ones in Manhattan.
I
Yeah,
know there's like our super popular airport, you know, like the Atlanta airport. It's like people are always coming to go. And it's like one of the biggest in the U.S. I think. I've really wanted to go to that. I've never flown before. Fun fact, by the way.
you have never. Why
I've
were you
never
scared
gotten
or you
on a
just?
plane before.
Oh,
No, I'm not
I have gotten on
scared.
a plane.
I've just never had the opportunity to travel. I mean, I know like a lot of colleges do study abroad, and I'd totally be down to
You
do
should
that.
come to New York City. We should do a meetup.
For people watching the podcast, I actually had the opportunity back in like May or June to go to New York, and I missed it. I could have met dom64 in real life.
Yeah, dude, we could
Missed
have made
my
a video.
opportunity. Yeah, could have gotten a lot of views, man.
Yeah, but New York is hectic. Get it?
Yeah, that's I was okay. Okay, I'm deleting the podcast channel now. Goodbye.
No! Here's the thing. If you live in New York City, you can basically live there without ever knowing how to drive.
Aren't you at the age where you have to drive? Like you're driving, right?
Yeah, no, I'm able to drive. I have a driver's license. Basically, New York City, you can basically live without driving. But like I live in Long Island, so it's a rural or suburban, yeah,
Suburb,
suburban
yeah.
area. Yeah, it's a suburb. So basically, you can walk, but it's painful. The transportation, the public transportation, not good.
Not good.
Yeah, but like what I did, like every Friday at my school, I just went to this pizza place and just bought all of my friends pizza.
That reminds me, there used to be like me and my brother would walk to like a coffee place almost every day because we got picked up by our parents or whatever. But we would always get like they had really really good muffins.
Oh yeah, because like of how much like schools New York City has. I could basically was a 10-minute walk from school. So no, from my elementary school it was like a 2-minute walk,
Yeah,
and middle school was like 5 or 10 minutes.
it was about 10 minutes to that coffee
But
place too.
but for me, where I live now, because I live in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
uh, it's like 30 minutes, and like I just drive there now.
No, it's almost nostalgic too because like when you always like go back to a place like that you always visited when you were little, it never feels the same. It's like something's changed, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. We could talk about Kanye West and his insanity.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's discuss.
Have you
Let's.
listened to his new album?
I kind of liked it actually.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah. Um. It's like the third or fourth track is my favorite. I keep forgetting what it's called. Closed on Sunday is really good.
I think he's going insane. He's like, I
I don't
don't know
know.
how to explain it.
Maybe. I mean,
He's like,
he's always been like the kind of person to do like really controversial stuff. Like, he had the thing where he,
remember that George Bush does not care about black people?
yeah, he did, wasn't it Taylor Swift? Like, he just interrupted her or whatever.
Yeah. Also, like, remember when he just used Twitter so much? Remember that time
Yeah,
period?
and what I think is weird is like his tweets just stop at the end of 2018, unless I
Yeah.
just haven't checked in forever. But he just stopped using Twitter. He has like, if you've listened to any of his discography, he unironically has like pretty good music. It's good to listen to.
He's like unique. He
He has
doesn't
like those
follow other
occasional
people.
like really good hits. He had like the all of the lights, and that's again with like the meme value. A lot of his songs
Yeah,
are.
the Life of Pablo like
Yeah,
album
Life of
cover.
Pablo. I didn't even know where that one song was from. Where it went, "If your metro don't trust you, I'm a is a yeah."
Oh, TikTok.
TikTok. Okay. Um,
TikTok is
I
weird.
I think it was interesting that like TikTok, everybody did it very seriously and like they weren't joking or anything. It was like a really small following. And then it blew up and everybody was like, "Hey, let's just not take it seriously and
So
just make
my
fun of the people
cousin,
taking it seriously."
so my younger cousin, they're annoying. Like I was like in an Easter party with them, and like they just put me in a TikTok, and I just shoved the phone off. It's annoying. It's bad.
They put
All
you
they
in a
do is just
TikTok.
lip sync. They just lip sync.
Yeah,
That's all they do.
it's annoying. Yeah,
It's not even
I'll admit
unique.
that.
Look. TikToks can't
No,
sometimes be
but
unique,
you're
but what
talking
they
about
do.
like the people who do it like unironically, and those are the people that get made fun of a lot. And that's like when
No,
people
but
did
like,
the duet thing where you could react, people would just like,
yeah, that's like the good part of
yeah,
the
that's
worst part
that's the
of
good part.
TikTok is the lip singing part. The good one is like making a video over the music,
Yeah,
like an actual
and like
unique video.
I just randomly tried like a little experiment where I uploaded like three or
Yeah, they
four
should get a
memes,
lot of
and they
views.
they actually got fairly popular. Yeah, they were all around about 1,000, I think, because I feel like this might just be with me. I don't know, but I feel like TikTok to like encourage people to use the site more. They have this marketing scheme pretty much where they're like, if you upload like your first couple videos, they'll purposely like promote it a lot more than anything else, and so you see you're getting a lot of views, and you'll try to use it more, and it just gives them a lot more popularity in general. Social media in general is
Yeah,
like
social media, I
social
hate it.
social
I hate
media
it.
is like actually designed to be as addictive as possible, and it works really well.
No, but like I don't like Twitter, but I like it, but I don't. Like the one thing I
Same,
hate about
same.
Twitter is like people. cannot handle opinions or
Yeah,
criticism.
when you're in an argument and all you do is use like really bad points and do stuff like that, it's just gonna like throw gas on the fire and make it even worse.
Yeah, see,
Because
I
a bunch
actually
of people are gonna swarm in and be like, "That's not a fair
I
point to argue over," and then it just gets out of control.
so here's the thing. I actually argued like using critical thinking with someone, and they weren't as bad. It's like, uh, the way I could explain the person is a anarcho-communist, if you know what that is.
Um, just explain to me for a sec.
It's an extremist ideology.
Okay, okay, I got you. I got you.
Okay, and I had this person made a tweet on like some corporate tweet, and I just said, dude, can you actually shut up? And then like I went in an argument saying the CEO doesn't run this account. It's some probably minimum wage guy. And then like we actually had a good discussion that we said like,
Yeah, but
yeah,
like
see,
generally that's not gonna happen because yeah, people just don't care.
yeah, no, no, you gotta say that's crazy, man. But have you tried DMT?
That's crazy, man. But have you tried? Wait, what's DMT?
You have not watched the Joe Rogan
I
podcast?
know that he like yeah, he just recommends random drugs and stuff. I get it. Thanks for being in this first episode as our I guess trial run of this series takes place. The plan's to have 3 more episodes out before the end of the
I'm doing
year.
not November.
Shut up. Thanks for tuning into the Raxdcast.